All right, yo. I was gonna write about this honestly, but I'm like, since I'm at my laptop, and yeah, that's right. The bed is messy. You see a sock over here. For all you nasty gooners out there, that's not a jerk off sock. I actually clean my laundry and yeah, looking for the other sock. Nonetheless, I just want to get on here, probably just go off for a bit, because the job market is terrible, so damn terrible to the point where you might as well just work for yourself if you're somebody who either creates content on the side. You have dreams of doing something full time, whether you're a creative or again content creator or just a creative in general who happens to create content as well. Um, you might as well go all in on yourself at this point in time because it's fucking ridiculous out there. Yeah, I'm cursing this early on in the video, but it's ridiculous out here how terrible the job market is. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a few examples, and one of the videos that was supposed to be, if this video wasn't a thing, the video that I'm describing right now would have been the most recent upload. So, I had one job where, this was just a side gig type thing. Horrible business. Do not sign up with them. Don't sign up to be a cleaner. Don't sign up to be a customer. But you know, I'm going to speak from the cleaner side in that video. But that's a terrible business. I, you know, am doing what many other job seekers out there are doing and applying to other places. I'm finding some luck, other jobs, other places, especially here in Massachusetts. A lot of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, or working for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, a lot of those jobs are hiring, right? Problem is, the pay is terrible. The pay is terrible because they will rather budget money for the sanctuary seeker, asylum seekers. That's what they call them, right? They will rather budget money for them and then to actually pay people who work for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Essentially, is what it bogs down to. And then when I make a comment like, well, then how won't you just hire them? If you're going to give them money just because they're asylum seekers, you might as well give them jobs as well. Problem is, and I'm not saying all of them, but many of them have criminal records. Many of them aren't capable of working said job because they don't speak English or very little English. And yet they are given debit cards full of money. They're given loans that they don't necessarily have to pay back, right? Or there's no due date for said loans, right? Now it's not all sunshine and roses for them. They're actually being set up. But the point of the matter is, the job market is so bad. I can't speak for other states, but it's like here in Massachusetts, if you want to work for the state or the Commonwealth, whatever the difference is, I'm not gonna pretend like I know if there is even a difference. You got to settle for shit pay in this very expensive state. They're talking about only giving you $18 an hour and only want to pay you once a month, right? I saw one that was semi-monthly. That was a terrible pay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's bad. Some other organization, terrible. Red flags all over the place, right? Uh, and I'm finding all these jobs on Indeed, so it could be where I'm looking. But it's not like LinkedIn is even better, if we're really being honest. I go on LinkedIn, and the only jobs that want me as a writer is jobs that want me to train AI models to essentially take over my job, essentially take over my art and take over the art of other writers out there as well. They essentially want me to train my demise. a lot of their jobs, the pay is very much enticing if that's what you care about. But then when I look at the moral aspect of it, and golly oh me having morals, right? But when I look at the moral aspect and the obvious, I'm literally just making poison pills that's essentially going to be stuffed into my food that I'm going to eat, that's going to kill me one day, right? Figuratively speaking, of course, with that very horrific metaphor, maybe. But like, essentially, I'm training the AI to take my job, because as soon as they get better at storytelling, get just as good as I am or whatever, or with the language model, and they get just as good as I do or as I am, just humans in general, not just this, not to just toot my own horn or whatever, but as good as a human would create a story or react to a certain situation or whatever the case is, we're out. We are out. So it's like, yeah, they give us the money now, but then let's just say the AI is growing real fast. It's a rapid industry. Let's just say a year from now, they're like, yeah, you train this AI. We've got the perfect candidate because they don't get sick. They don't expect any health benefits at all. We don't got to pay them anything really. So guess what? Thank you for your service. You're gone. You're out of a job. So it's like, that's the stuff I've been seeing on LinkedIn, or it's other people who expect writers to work for free because everyone thinks that they can do what we can do, and everyone thinks writing is simply just the art of writing or the art of putting words together, when it's much more than just the art of physically writing or typing things together, right? But everyone thinks they can do that, but they also don't want to do it, so they want to hire people. But again, they either don't want to pay you what you're worth, don't want to pay you at all, because they're like, why would I pay someone to do something I can already do? Then why are you putting a job on LinkedIn or any other job search platform looking for that role to be fulfilled if you can't do it yourself? If you can do it yourself, you say, you're saying, right? So I say all this, it's kind of a ramble in a way, but I say all this just to say, folks, like, if you out here, man, number one, if you already have a job, stick with it, unless you are going to be very much comfortable with the opposite of what it is to not have a job right now, meaning it is rough. Unless you are going to prepare yourself for that turmoil. And I can't speak for everybody, but unless you're going to prepare yourself for that, I would not personally quit my job right now, especially if things aren't as terrible, aren't terrible there. It might not be the most satisfactory work. You might be like, man, I'm still here. Ugh. You might feel that way. But you also have to think about, okay, if I were to leave, what would I do? What would I spend my days doing? How would I survive, essentially? How would I get by, essentially? If these are things you're not thinking about at all at any moment in time, then I would not advise you to leave your job. You do what you want to do at the end of the day. But if you are going to leave your job, or if you don't have a job and you've been seeking work, and you have something that you can be doing throughout your days, do that. Especially if it has to do with your own personal work. Do that. You don't have to deal with these terrible businesses who just want to hire on paper just so they can say they're hiring, but they're not. These ghost jobs or whatever. Because there's plenty of that, especially on Indeed. There's plenty of that going on. There's jobs that are on LinkedIn. Every single time I get a notification, I don't know if it's LinkedIn sending me late notifications, or these people, the moment they post a job, they just instantly take it down. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's just for purposes just to say, hey, we put the job out there and no one applied. And they don't necessarily have to prove how long the job posting was up there. They just have to show proof that there was a job posting. So they go through the all the motion and work of creating a job post just to take it down because they don't really want to hire anyone. They just want to show whoever the fuck is, regulating them. I don't know. These are things I don't know the ins and outs of what it means to put a job post out there. Me personally speaking, how I'd go about it if I'm looking for somebody to do some work for me, it's one, I'm not going to act like it's something I can do. If it's something I can do for myself, right? And I want to do it for myself, or at least if it's like, yeah, I don't mind doing it too much for myself, then yeah, I'm gonna do it. But if it's something where it's like, man, I really like me with marketing, me with, if someone were to come out with thumbnails or whatever, I don't have the budget for that shit, by the way. So no one reach out, and right now I don't have the budget. So no one reach out asking me for, I can do your thumbnails, I can do this, don't have the budget for you, bud. Sorry. So unless you're going to do, at least I keep it real. So unless you're going to do it for free or very dirt cheap, I suggest you go find somebody else who does have the budget, or you keep doing your thing. You keep working for yourself. You keep doing whatever, right? When I say work for yourself, I'm not saying like you're instantly going to start making money. But if you're going to waste time with interviews after interviews after interviews, and that's a lot of time, especially with jobs that have multiple interview processes, I think that's stupid. Well, depending on the job, really, but a lot of these places are very much, you'll run into a job where it's like there's really no need for a round two interview or multiple round interview for this type of job, but they have this high importance for themselves to make it seem as though like it's supposed to be that I guess they want people that want to take the role so serious. They do rounds. I don't know. Speaking of LinkedIn, it's not a notification for a job, but yeah. Honestly, like I said, like at this point in time, you're going to see a lot more content from me. I mean, I feel like I've been consistent for the most part. At least started in October. That's the month. I've been consistent with the uploads. So, yeah, you're going to see much more of that. Even if I were to find a gig, that's something that is going to hold me down right now. I do technically still have a job outside of what I'm doing for myself, of course. It's just very inconsistent. It's project-based. It's something I've actually been working. It's a company, or at least I've been working with since 2021. So, yeah, I mean, safe to say that has been, helping me out a lot over these past few years. It's just business is real slow right now. The last time I did something with them was when I went out of state back in August. So yeah, it's been some time. Well, I won't say August, because I actually did do something for them. I don't know what's in my eye, but I did do something for them. Was it last month? Yeah, last month sometime. September, right? Yeah, sometime in September. So it's technically only been a few weeks, but yeah, just wanted to give that advice out there for anyone that's willing to listen. Good luck to anyone out there that wants to do the job search thing. If that's something you still want to do, but if you needed some motivation to get your shit together or just to do something for yourself, I'm not saying you have to go from A to Z by the end of this, from today to the end of the year, but to at least do something for yourself daily. If you're a creator, I would suggest you do that. Not an advisor, just some dude that is speaking from personal experience, some dude that's saying some things that I wish someone would say to me. All right? You know what I'm saying? I just pour into folks the way that I would want them to pour into me. Alright? But that's that. Until next time, until next video, good luck out there.